Hello, I'm Crimson Clover, and welcome back to Clover Reads. Today we're going to be going over more than one story. They're all short, and I hope at least one of them sparks some joy for you. And I'm going to be starting with The Best Store Employee Ever by Purefi. So this happened to me back in 2014. I was super into the most recent Pokemon game. Okay, in 2014, that's probably Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire? Or did I get those backwards? And had just found out about Ciruam and was using it non-stop to try and get any event Pokemon I could get my hands on when they dropped the date for Shiny Diancie. When I had seen her, I fell in love. I needed her ASAP, and like any other geeky teen who couldn't drive yet, I begged my parents to take me to the mall or the closest GameStop when it dropped. And it just so happened that my brother needed to get his phone taken to the Apple Store the same day that the Shiny dropped. I was so excited, I couldn't even sleep that night. Next day comes, my dad and bro go to the Apple Store while I drag my mother to the GameStop to get my Shiny Diancie, only to find out that they had already given out all they had for that shipment. I was devastated, and in an attempt to kind of make me feel better, they gave me the next event card that they weren't supposed to release yet, a Mega Gengar. It was nice and all, but it just wasn't what I wanted, and sadly when I left the store with my mom, we met up with my brother and dad. While we were there, my dad wanted to check out the tobacco store nearby, and thus we went. I was still rightfully bummed and dragged myself to the store, and seeing I had nothing else to do, I took out my DS and started playing. After a bit, one of the younger store employees noticed I was gaming and asked what I was playing, and I told him so. My mom, for whatever reason, made mention that I was kind of bummed that I lost out on the Diancie. The guy nodded as he listened, looked at me and said, "Hold on a second," before disappearing in the back. Mom and I look at each other for the next thing I know. He's back handing me an unscratched Shiny Diancie event card. I wanted to scream there and then, and I wasn't too sure what to even do. Like, this thing was gone according to the store I went to. And of course, to a kid, one store not having it means that everyone doesn't have it. So I was flabbergasted at the very least. My mom checked with him and asking if he was sure, and he insisted I take it as he already had one. Apparently he was friends with someone at the GameStop I was able to get two before they got given out. I was so happy I was ready to cry. To this day, I still think back on this guy, and I wish I knew where he was today. I don't think he realized how much just giving me that little card meant to me. I still have that Diancie too. She comes with me everywhere in every game I physically can transfer over to. Wow, that's some really strong dedication to your Shiny Diancie. I wish I had one. I don't, but maybe someday. I mean, Diancie is very pretty, and it was very kind of someone to give up their free Shiny Diancie. Okay, next story. A lady at my work bought me flowers today for a pretentious corn dog. That's kind of a cute name. Let's see. I have two jobs. I'm 25 male, and one of my jobs is at a grocery store as a courtesy clerk. Literally, just bag people's groceries. Today I was getting carts out front. A girl was walking in, looked to be about my age, and said, "Welcome in, miss." We're always told to greet customers because they could be an undercover shopper. She was looking right at me as I greeted her, but kind of gave me a weird half smile and continued walking. I didn't think much of it other than I probably bugged her, but oh well, not my problem. Anyway, about a half hour later, she was in my lane with her groceries and a bouquet of flowers. As she was checking out, she made small talk with my cashier, and after paying, I handed her her bags and said, "Have a great day." And she stopped, sort of looked down for a second, and then said, "I'm sorry, but I actually bought these for you. I didn't mean to ignore you when I walked in, but I thought you were cute and I was on my phone and I got flustered." Before I could even say anything, she handed them to me and walked away. That is adorable. I wanted to say thank you so much and not to worry about it, but I think she was embarrassed. Anyway, if you're reading this on Reddit, I just want to say thank you for the flowers. I've never been given flowers before, so it made my day. Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Okay. Next story. And this one is My Mom Stood Up For Me from Throwaway Accounts. This story is for all the trans and LGBTQ plus people out there who think that they will never be accepted or defended by their family. The only reason this is a throwaway is because I'm not out, trans female to male, to everyone I know, and this is not how I want them to find out. So valid. Also, sorry, this is going to be a little long. The other day my mom, 50-year-old, was on the phone with my aunt. I don't know her age. She is older than my mom. Something to know about my aunt is that she loves chaos. She loves making others feel less than, and has never, and probably never will, accept me, 19-year-old trans queer. I have accepted this fact and try not to talk to her. It isn't hard since she lives on the other side of the country and never visits, though she still finds time to send me Bible quotes and tell me how horrible I am. Ooh, not nice. Everyone in my family just accepts this behavior and expects me to as well. I came into my mom's room to show her something and noticed she was on the phone with my aunt. This is usually when I walk away, but my sister was with me and we really wanted to talk to our mom. She seemed happy that we were interjecting their conversation. She doesn't like talking on the phone. So valid. And started talking to my sister and I. This is when my aunt decided to say, "Is that insert dead name?" Now, it's important to note that my name is a shortened version of my dead name. It's a nickname that more masculine, and everyone has called me my whole life. I chose it for simplicity's sake. Plus, I was already called that, so it didn't bug me. I politely reminded her of my name and continued to talk to my mom. This is when she started taunting me, but that's her name. Are we going to start calling Victoria, not my twin's name, Vic? This set my mom off. She started threatening to hang up if she didn't stop. My aunt asked what was wrong, as, again, that's her name. My mom interrupted and said, "No, it's not, and I will not have you disrespecting my child." This is the first time my mom has ever actually stood up for, besides a simple, "It's OP" with a joking eye roll when people dead name me. My mom was very conservative growing up and didn't support any type of queer people until recently, so it almost brought me to tears hearing her stand up for my aunt like that, as she was always also told me to just ignore her when my aunt would say stuff like that. I guess it just goes to show that if people really love you unconditionally, they will change. They will grow and become better because you deserve better. And that even biased people can get over that and love you the way you are, the way you truly are. Oh, it's so nice to see personal growth from OP's mom. I wish more people would like that. Let's see. Next story, I'm going to go with My Dad and the Mice Catcher from Leech Mama. Okay, and now I'm really wondering if Leech Mama has pet leeches. They're kind of unconventional, and I'm not even sure where you would get them, but I want to know if she has them. So I'm sitting here sick in bed. I literally joined the subreddit to tell someone this cute story about my dad. It's 3 a.m. in Germany right now, and I couldn't sleep, so I walk into the kitchen on a mission to get tea for my sore throat. So my dad, 58, tall, big guy with huge great beard, looking a lot like a badass biker, that kind of look, is sitting there on his laptop and suddenly looks at me with huge puppy eyes and tells me this: "We have mice in a cupboard under the kitchen sink." He noticed yesterday and set up 2 live traps. About an hour ago, he was sitting there. Why was he up at 2 a.m.? I heard a loud click. One of the traps went off, so he opens the cupboard and what does he see? 2 mice, one in the trap and one sitting atop the trap trying to get through to his friend. So what did he do, you might ask? Instantly in his head, the song from An American Tale started playing, the one where a lost little cartoon mouse sings about missing his family. This guy got a big bucket, a load of cotton, some crackers, and a tiny water bowl, and now our little mouse friend temporarily lives in the garage until my dad catches his friend and can reunite and release them together. Again, it's just too cute. I will update if we ever catch the mouse. Now, OP didn't ever update about whether or not they caught the mouse, but we are going to do a small update that they included about a cat. Right? And to continue on with OP's thing about her dad, he also once, while working his trucking job, noticed a sick-looking cat on the side of the road. So naturally, he picked her up, sat her on the passenger seat of his truck, and spent the whole night shift with his new little friend by his side. We already have 3 cats, which were all rescues that he brought home, by the way. So he thought, when we can take care of 3 cats, why not 4? He named her Loda. Very sadly, when he immediately brought her to the vet in the morning after his shift, Loda was so sick that they had to put her down. She had no identification and was found in the middle of nowhere, so he brought her home and buried her next to our other past pets. Aww. He even gave her a little gravestone with her name. My mom said he was so upset afterwards that she caught him secretly crying in the middle of the night. Loda didn't make it, but she spent her last hours in a warm truck with my dad, petting and talking to her. She didn't have to die alone on the side of the road, but could fall asleep peacefully with someone watching over her. I love my dad so much. He truly has the biggest heart full of love and compassion for even the tiniest creatures of this world. And I sympathize with that so much. When I was little, I lured a cat into a truck and then fed it until it was my friend. And then I kept it until it passed. Like most of my pets as a child were just through the random pet lottery. They showed up, they got fed, they stayed. All except the cat my mom had when I was a baby, and this one dog my mom fell in love with. It was like a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix that looked like had the coloring of the Rottweiler, but like the body and physicality of the German Shepherd, except it was short. I don't know why it was kind of short, but it was a lovely dog. I like to pick up 2x4s and beam people in the back of the knees with it. Anyway, that's all the stories we have for today. I hope at least one of them sparked some joy for you. And hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye bye!